The Phyrexians are coming. What can you expect in the coming set of Phyrexia All Will Be One? Stay tuned to find out more.
Where we ended with the Brothers' War was that Karn had been taken all the way back to the planet that he created, Mirrodin, but now known as New Phyrexia. New Phyrexia turned into New Phyrexia because that Karn was carrying just a drop of Phyrexian oil, and unfortunately when he created the planet he also infected it with this Phyrexian oil. So now Karn is back, he's facing Elish Norn and Ajani. So what's going to happen for the set of Phyrexia All Will Be One? Well, my best guess is that we're going to see all our heroes coming to Phyrexia to have a really big battle and standoff with Elish Norn. But part of the side story was that we also know that Tesseract and Erebras and several of the other Praetors not necessarily agree with Elish Norn on everything. So maybe there will also be some internal struggles. I also hope that we weren't just visiting New Capenna. I hope that all of this Halo talk is actually because the Halo will have some function. I don't think it's a coincidence that we see Elspeth running around with this sword that contains some Halo. And I hope that Halo will be a part of maybe being able to heal or uncomplete some of the Planeswalkers that have turned. I think that would be a really interesting thing. We're seeing a lot of box art right now. We're seeing Elish Norn, we're seeing Atraxa, and Atraxa used to be an angel. Now she was an angel horror before, but for this set, we already know she's already in a secret lair been turned into an angel horror Phyrexian, because they probably do want to use her in this battle. But wouldn't it be cool if she could return to becoming an angel again and fight on the side of the good guys? Now I think that was a plot twist I would love to see. We're doing this video already today because the set is actually going to start previewing on the 8th of December. So if we want to make our predictions video before anything official comes out from Wizards of the Coast, it's going to be today. The set pre-releases on the 27th of January, so we're not that far out. So this will be the next set in the overarching story of the Phyrexians, and we already have a little bit of a spoiler video out right now.
A few weeks ago there was some leaks and we saw some of these Phyrexianized creatures. There was a little doubt as whether these were real or not. But it seems like they are legit because the set symbol matches, and also we know that there's going to be a completed bundle, and we suspect that these cards are going to be in the completed bundle. What was interesting in these cards is that they had this new mechanic of oil counters being placed upon them. I think, of course, that is a mechanic we're going to see in Phyrexia All Will Be One. I think we might also see maybe the infect mechanic has a return, or maybe a nerfed down version of the infect mechanic, because it was kind of powerful. I'm not certain Wizard is going to print that again anytime soon. And also another beloved mechanic in Phyrexian lore, if you can say that, is the sacrifice mechanic. We saw the sacrifice mechanic on Phyrexian Tower, Phyrexian Altar, Phyrexian Vault, and I think we're going to see that mechanic return.
Indeed, I think we have also the new mechanic Corrupted, we have Toxic, and we know we have something with oil counters. And this information all stems back from that leaked even before the Brothers' War was out. So it's going to be really interesting to know what we can expect, what kind of cards we're going to be able to see. We know we already have Elish Norn, with her featuring so prominently on all the boxes. I can't imagine she won't have a card in this set. I think she will. I think we will also have an Atraxa card, maybe Praetor's Voice, but I don't know if that will fit into the standard right now. But maybe instead we're going to have some other new version. According to the lore, we also do have some sort of resistance still on the planet. In the stories for Brothers' War, it's described as the Mirrodin or Mirren resistance. So it's going to be interesting to see what kind of cards or mechanics we have on the other side, because right now we have oil counters and Toxic, a lot of Phyrexian good stuff, but what are the good guys going to get? I think we're going to have to see something that proves these oil counters, or some sort of counterbalance for it at least. I'm really excited to see what that's going to be.
Speaking of cards, if you go back and you look at the Ursa block or the Apocalypse block, you can see that there's a lot of constructs, and that fits the theme with the Brothers' Wars. I think we're going to see more artifact constructs. Also, there's a lot of horror creature cards, and I think we're going to see some of those return too. Maybe for all of us, old nerds liking to play the old tribes, if you go back and you look, you can see there's a Phyrexian Beast or an Phyrexian Engulger. And these also have the old creature types. The Phyrexian Beast is a zombie and the Phyrexian Engulger is a beast card. So we might also see some combinations of, Phyrexian Horror Beast or Phyrexian Horror Elf or something like that.
Yeah, and I think it's a smart move because, just placing that keyword in there means that they can go into an angel deck or a horror deck or a zombie deck. The cards we saw on this league were all Phyrexians. So if everything gets completed, and that's like when we have to see our heroes do the final stance because everything is completed and they maybe get the halo working so they can fix this problem. I think it's a good idea that we have other keywords as well. Otherwise, it would be a really poor set in terms of integrating it into other decks that you already have.
Speaking of poor set, I think it's also going to be interesting to see if they're going to put something extra in these sets, because when we have the Dominaria United, there was something a little extra, the Lost Legends. When we had the Brothers War, we had the Doom 63 cards.
And the serialized cards, don't forget those,
Oh, yeah.
That's the whole chase.
So what are they going to do to actually sell this set? Well, we have seen that they are willing to reprint the Liana of the Veils, so are we going to see some really powerful reprints in this set? I'm guessing that we might see either Phyrexian Arena, Phyrexian Tower or Phyrexian Altar reprinted into this set.
Don't forget to leave a comment down in the comment section. Let us know what you think is going to get a reprint in Phyrexia or will be one.
And since we're going back to Mirrodin, I thought...
New Phyrexia?
Mirrodin. I think we're going to, if we go back to, let's say, Mirrodin, before it was corrupted and destroyed and all that stuff, we had a great card from that set. We had the Chrome Mox. And that might also be a very eligible reprint to make a chase in this set. Other things for Mirrodin I would like to see are the artifact lands. I think the artifact lands, they are fun, they are, great for many types of decks. And could you imagine these artifact lands, but in full art? They have only been reprinted in full art in a secret lair. So this would be the first time that they are made, accessible for the wider part of the public. I think the artifact lands are going to make a comeback. I think they're going to be reprinted, and I think they're going to come in full art versions, and I can't wait for that.
Well, back in Mirrodin Besieged, we also had some very interesting mechanics. We had Proliferate, and there was a card called Fuel for the Cause, which allowed you to counter a spell and proliferate afterwards. I think that would be a really nice fit thematically to this set, and also because Atraxa, if we do get her, she is the queen of Proliferate. Also Plague Maw Beast, we were talking about Beast and other keyword types fitting in. I think they would fit very nicely because this also has Proliferate as a part of its mechanic. So I think these two cards would also be some very likely candidates for Phyrexia or will be one.
Yeah, also because we have seen in some of the leaks that this, was it called Hummingbird or something like that?
Yeah, exactly.
This 1/1 blue...
Thrumming Bird, I think.
Thrumming Bird, yeah. So a 1/1 blue flying horror bird that could proliferate.
So we will probably see more Proliferate hanging around.
I think that keyword is going to be essential in this set. And could you imagine Elish Norn being able to take over stuff that had a counter on them?
But then we would really need those good guys to get some anti-oil or toxic counters, so we can remove some of the counters as well. And don't forget to hit that like button and the subscribe button if you like this video or want to see more like it.